Yep. 3 feet, 2.5 feet. So the tulip tree a few weeks ago, or I don't know, a month or two ago that we were talking about, we were working next door over here. They hired us, we're back to take it down. We measured it out with the drone. It's 135 foot tall, which I was thinking 140. We're here with Dave Perzan. It's our first job with him. We're excited about it. And we're happy to get that, just to get the hazard away from our client's house. There was a lot of risk. I can't wait to actually see that part of the trunk when it gets down, because we know there was rot and we know there was a big crack in there. So my buddy Dave Perzan went out on his own and started his own crane company, and he's got this, I don't know if that's a 30 or a 33 ton, something like that. So we usually work with Bruce from GRB on most of our crane work, but this, you know, being 130 feet tall, it's 5 foot in diameter at the base. It's just too much for those cranes, you know. 75 feet up, cutting a piece of wood that big around. So it's really a massive tree, and kind of needed a big heavy duty unit on it.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video. You're in for a treat today, as this is one of the biggest trees we've ever taken down. A big shout out to Dave Perzan from Tri-State Crane for giving us a hand here.
Yo, Chaw, any last thoughts before you head up into this bad boy today?
Murdering time, baby.
Go get it, Chaw. Perhaps you're going to meet your match today. Our original plan was to have James Howard of Howard Tree Service, who you've seen in our videos before, come down and handle the trunk of this tree for us. But as you'll see later in the video, somebody else decided that they wanted the trunk of this tree. Let's get Chaw all the way up to the top of this 135-foot monster and start making a few cuts. Take note that we filmed this video during the hazy days of the Canadian wildfires, and the GoPro was really struggling to figure out white balance, so a lot of the clips from it are going to be very yellow.
This will give you a little idea of our setup today. We've got the road we're working on right there. This driveway has a nice turnaround for us. We got the chipper going, our other two trucks. Dave with Tri-State Crane is pinched in this area, and it's tough to see, but the bucket truck is on the other side.
For the first time ever with Middlesex Tree, I crashed my drone. I didn't get it on camera from the drone, but Chaw somewhat had it for documentation from the GoPro. Luckily, I have the protection package on the drone and was able to exchange it for a brand new one, no questions asked. But I felt horrible for Dave's truck that I thumped with the drone. A couple of beautiful ladies showed up on the job today, and I didn't know who they were until Derek introduced me. It was his mom and his sister. Derek's mom is up from Mississippi, and his sister lives in Old Lyme, and Derek's mom wanted to say a few words for us.
Hi, I'm Derek's mom, up visiting from Mississippi. Derek has always had a passion of trees, tree climbing, and I used to warn the babysitter, if you can't find him, look in the trees. And I'm so proud of his success in doing this because I know it's his passion.
Today is Willy's birthday, and Amanda insisted that we embarrass him.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Willy. Happy birthday to you.
Ready?
Derek, is this one of the biggest trees you've ever done?
I'm sure it's probably, volume-wise, it's got to be in the top 5 anyway. 100% definitely in the top 10, but certainly in the top 5 volume-wise, you know. About 140-foot-ish is probably the tallest we've done. You know, that's 135, that's pretty close. and the base of that, you know, is right around 5 foot, maybe a little over 5 foot in diameter. We've definitely done a few that were 6 foot in diameter at you know, for maybe 10 feet or something, or 8 feet, and they break off into a bunch of leads. Probably 4 foot in diameter all the way up to 45 feet in the air. And then it breaks into 2 massive leads, you know, that big around. So there's definitely a lot of volume in this tree, no doubt about it.
And with a tree this big, the base being so big, how do you handle it? What are you gonna do with this base?
Well, I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna flop the whole thing or if I'm gonna pick the first chunk. There's an ornamental tree right there by the truck, and that's the direction we're gonna pull it, where the bucket truck is. So I might shorten it up, but we'll see what he is good to pick at that, and we'll have to measure it to figure out what kind of weight it is before we go cutting it and picking it. There's actually a mill in Connecticut that saw Middlesex Trees story update and saw the diameter, and they messaged us, and they're gonna come this afternoon to take it. They're gonna try to mill it up.
Towards midday, N&M Wood Milling from Berlin reached out to us through Instagram saying that they were interested in the base of this tree. They kept their word, and an hour later they showed up with a truck and started hauling some of these logs out of here. This was great because we were super happy to help them out getting some wood, and it also helped us remove the wood from the property. We also got a shot to shoot the breeze with these guys and talk a little shop. They were enjoying our Husqvarna electric chainsaw, and I think they decided they want to buy some after testing ours out. Also, little Willy decided to show up to see one of the biggest trees we've ever taken down. We haven't seen him in a while, and man, is he getting bigger by the day and just loves to be hanging out on the job with Dad. We also helped out the neighbor today getting something they wanted out of the job, and that was wood chips. The neighbor that we worked for a couple weeks ago informed us that they wanted a load of wood chips, so it was an easy drop-off for us.
Free Rake, it's been a while since we caught up. How's your golf game?
It's getting a little bit better. I've been working on my swing, but I want to get everybody out there again so we can all play golf. I want to get Steve out there too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Where'd you play recently?
I played at Blackbirds in East Haddam.
Any good?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
You said you also went to Shinnecock in Groton.
Yeah. Really
Like
like
that
that
place?
course. Yeah, I like how it's on the water and everything.
That's a place
Like
where we
some,
should.
Some of the fairways you got to like hit over the road too.
That's a place where we should go and play. 18 holes, nice scenery.
Oh yeah.
We'll think about it. Good catching up, man.
Yeah, yes sir.
Now let's work our way down the bottom half of this tree. At this point, Derek is going to jump in the bucket truck and start making some cuts. We've gotten low enough on the tree now where Chaw doesn't have to be harnessed anymore making the cuts.
That's fucking big, dude. You got longer straps, or you got cables or something? She's over there dancing. She is happy as fuck. I couldn't imagine living under this thing. Now the kid's coming out and they're happy, bro. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, there she was doing her happy dance. I mean, imagine living under this. Yeah, I stuck a pretty big chunk of bark up in this side. See this side? Well, I think you saw, I stuck a big chunk of bark up behind this thing. I mean, there's some rot and hollow, but I don't know how bad. Yeah, it's hollow for a long way. $6,500, and that's what that piece weighed that y'all were taking pictures of. $6,500. This last chunk we'll take in one shot. We'll break it up into like 9s. You know, there's no sense in getting crazy. You know.
The weight of these logs was anywhere from 4,000 to 6,500 pounds coming down. When you think about that, 6,500 pounds, that's the weight of 2 small cars, or weighs more than a massive Cadillac Escalade. And look at the trunk of this tree. I know I wasn't expecting it, but I'm sure the pros on the job did. Look at the rot in the middle of this trunk. This is even more satisfying for the customer to see. That's at least 24 inches down of mud trunk, as I call it. Year after year, this would get bigger and bigger and expand more, only resulting in the worst possible outcome.
3 feet, 2.5 feet.
N and M Woodworking would head back with a load earlier in the day and then make its way back with the trailer so that they could load it up big time with some of these massive logs and start milling them. We had an awesome and satisfying day today in Middlesex Tree, and I can't wait to take down another bomber like this.